White. Mark, this is a Christmas present very, very few people watching this show will be wanting to get a hold of. Christmas Day. It seems that they never take a day off.
No, they don't, and we know because we talk about this constantly. Every time the weather improves, then more boats get shoved out into the English Channel. And we've been told that Border Force is on high alert for a run of good days, not just tomorrow, but some 5 to 6 days of conditions where the winds will be very light indeed. So ideal, although it's cold out there, but ideal conditions in terms of being able to cross, because there will be very little in the way of wind, and therefore the waves in the middle of the channel will be very little as well. So that's ideal weather for the boats to come across. And what we are expecting is thousands potentially to come across during that window in the weather. We sent our Kent producer across to France today with the news of this red alert that the Border Force is now on, and that you're seeing the images there is what he saw along the coast of northern France. Now this is a place called Grand Synth, which is near Dunkirk. Just one camp alone had more than 500 people in that camp. He saw hundreds of others in the roads around Dunkirk. There are multiple camps in the Dunkirk area. Then you go further down the coast around the Calais area, more camps as far down as the Boulogne area. Thousands, not just hundreds, but thousands are now massing along the northern coast of France. Normally, many of the migrants are further inland. They wait for the word from the people smugglers that their turn is coming up for the boats, and then arrangements are made to get them to the locations along that coast where they'll meet up with their boats. And as I say, the first of these small boats expected either overnight tonight or into tomorrow morning.
And Mark White, the record for a Christmas Day, I believe, was in 2022, but that was a mere 90 arrivals. 2021, 67. 2018, 45 arrivals. These are drops in the ocean compared to the numbers you're talking about here. And this will be a nightmare at Christmas for Sir Keir Starmer, because we've heard endless talk about downstream deals, about smashing the gangs, about talking to the people in Vietnam, talking to the people in Iraq. None of it seems to be working, Mark White. The people smuggling gangs are simply not getting the memo.
No, I was listening to your conversation with one of your guests just a few minutes ago, and, you know, she's right to an extent that, of course, anything that Sir Keir Starmer implements is likely to take some significant time before it comes fully to fruition. But on the other hand, you know, with the deals, the so-called deals that are being hatched with these countries around the globe, they were being hatched under Rishi Sunak as well. They're not necessarily, in fact, the vast majority are not deals to return people to those countries, but there are deals which is effectively a bit better cooperation between law enforcement agencies. Another issue that the government increasingly points to when they're asked about what they're doing, given that the numbers coming across the channel have increased significantly since Labour came to power. And they've been pointing to the fact that under Labour they have returned some 13,000 people back to their home countries. This is completely disingenuous. 5% of those 13,000 people are people that arrived on small boats. The vast majority are people that were visa overstayers, that got into the country by other means, foreign national offenders as well, having served their sentence and being returned to their own countries. A tiny proportion of those people that are being returned and that are being hailed as a triumphant enterprise by the government, a tiny percentage, just 5%, are people that came across on small boats, Martin.
Mark White, forensic analysis as ever. You've been magnificent this year, my friend. Thank you very, very much, and a very, very Merry Christmas to you, Mark White. Excellent.